spent my whole life really trying to find my identity in sports, trying to get a Division I scholarship for hockey, which took me all over the U.S. and Canada. I left home at age 15 to go to prep school and went to multiple prep schools, played in junior hockey leagues in many different cities across the U.S. and Canada. Eventually got a scholarship to play hockey at West Point and played hockey at West Point and Amherst College in the NESCAC for a few years. Essentially my whole life I was just searching for love and searching for something that could transcend the world that I saw around me, and I thought I could do that through sports. I thought that if I was able to be a college athlete that everything in my life would be okay and that all the problems of the world would go away, and I found that wasn't the case. In college I kind of got everything that I thought I wanted. I was popular, I was the party guy. I played competitive college hockey and there were fans and there were jerseys and events and all the glory that I thought would make me truly happy, and I found that it was really empty and meaningless at the end of the day. I spent 7 or 8 years addicted to drugs and alcohol, and really just my whole life was a mess, and I didn't know where to turn. In my junior year of college, I met with a pastor and he shared the gospel with me, and he just said, following Jesus is like jumping in a river and letting the current take you away, and I'd never heard the gospel presented like that. A few years ago, the Lord called my family to move back to our home city of Buffalo, New York, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was talking with some of my friends that work with FCA, and they said, hey, have you ever considered working for FCA? And I said, wow, I just never considered that. And I started to walk through some open doors, go through the application process, and discoveed that FCA was a great vehicle for me to use everything that had happened in my life as a youth and in junior and college hockey player, and then a college hockey coach, to be able to use my testimony to impact coaches and to impact athletes for Christ, and to really just share my heart with people and let them know that, hey, the path that you're on, the path that the sports culture, the toxic sports culture that we see all around us, that path does not have to be the path that you follow, and the path of partying and drug abuse and alcoholism, that doesn't have to be the path that you follow. God has something better for you. God wants to make you a leader, whether you're a coach or an athlete or a volunteer or a donor with FCA. God wants to use you to go against the grain and to change the sports culture for Christ, and to help release the sports culture that we have in our country and across the world from being so toxic, and letting Jesus invade some of those dark locker rooms and those dark hockey rinks and those dark arenas and those dark sports fields, lacrosse fields. Here we have coaches that are impacting kids' lives, and it's something that's going to last for eternity. And so God really ignited a passion inside of me to reach coaches and athletes in my home city of Buffalo, which I love so much. And so I'm so thankful that I got involved with FCA, and I can't wait to see what FCA continues to do as it continues to grow across America, across the Northeast specifically, and across the world.